the hell's going on with the $5 billion Ripple USDC deal? The Ripple and Circle acquisition story explained. Ripple attempts to buy USDC. Hey guys, Frank the Crypto Tank. And guys, we got a hell of a possibility here today to consider. Ripple just tried to buy the company behind the scenes, just tried to buy USDC Circle for $5 billion. They started out 4, went to 5. They still said no, we're not selling. In this video, we're going to break down the full story. The Ripple's attempt to buy USDC, the USDC takeover, and why it didn't happen, and what it could mean for XRP and the whole crypto world if it did happen or it does happen in the future, okay? So by the end, you're going to understand not only the news, but why Ripple might want to own a stablecoin company like USDC Circle. If you enjoy easy-to-understand crypto insights, you best tap that subscribe and like button down at the bottom, please. And also hit the bell notification so you can be alerted when we put out new content. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. And we do love you so much. Ripple's attempt to buy Circle. Let's get back to it. Let's get into it deep. Let's start with the recent news heard around the campfire here. What's going on with Ripple? Reported that they offered $4 billion initially to acquire USDC, and it went to $5 billion, according to a Bloomberg report, as cited by Crypto Slate. The Circle rejected the bid, saying it was way too low. Ripple first floated around, like I said, a $4 billion offer, and then they bumped it up to the $5 billion, which is a lot. $1 billion more is a lot of money. It's a huge increase. But Circle still said no dice, no deal. Why? We're going to get to Circle's mindset in a little bit here. First, it's the company behind USDC or USDC stablecoin. And it's the largest stablecoin in the world. Stablecoins are cryptocurrencies pegged to a stable asset. And just a point on that for people who are wondering, I think Tether is on like 10 exchanges and this one is on like 19 exchanges. So it's large. Stablecoins are cryptocurrencies that are pegged to a stable asset, usually the US dollar in this case, meaning one USDC is designed to always be worth $1 US. Think of USDC like a digital dollar, basically. It doesn't swing up and down in price like a Bitcoin or an XRP. It's like a poker chip in a casino. It represents real money. You can cash it out. It always stays what it is for its value representation. You can cash it out for $1 at any time. But it's easier to kind of like move around the crypto casino, so to speak, and so it's used. Basically, USDC is huge. It's the second largest stable coin. With a market cap around $61.7 billion as of April 2025. It's used everywhere in crypto for trading, lending, payments, you name it. And importantly, USDC operates on a lot of blockchains. Like I said earlier, it's not just on Ethereum. In fact, USDC is natively supported, like I was saying before, on 19 different blockchain networks as of May 2025, including big names like Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche. They're on Stellar Lumen's blockchain. Yes, the Stellar network founded by Ripple co-founder Jed McCaleb. Interesting story. We'll get back to that funny little twist later. Ripple, on the other hand, that's known for XRP, the cryptocurrency used in its cross-border payment products. Okay, Ripple uses XRP and its XRP ledger to help banks and institutions move money across borders in seconds. Aiming to replace the old, slow systems of SWIFT, Saudi for worldwide interfinancial telecommunications. If you hold XRP, you're basically betting on Ripple's tech becoming the new way that money moves around the world. Over the years, Ripple's been fighting a high-profile legal battle with the SEC over XRP's status. But by the end of 2025, things have turned a little more favorable for XRP. They scored a big legal win recently, and crypto regulations are looking friendlier for XRP, with a clearer path ahead for them. And Ripple's been expanding and thinking big. They even acquired a crypto trading firm, or a prime broker, a global prime broker firm called Hidden Road recently for $1.25 billion early in April 2025. One of the largest deals in crypto, the largest deal yet. I mean, huge. So Ripple's in growth mode right now. They're in acquisition mode, armed with legal clarity and a war chest of funds, looking for strategic moves. That's where Ripple stands right now. Enter the idea of acquiring Circle USDC for Ripple. Okay, so if they could own Circle, they'd instantly become a superpower in the stablecoin arena, of course, right? It's almost like if Apple could somehow buy Android, you combine two giants and dominate both sides of the market, right? So Ripple runs the XRP ecosystem, and Circle runs one of the top digital dollar ecosystems. Important point to inject here that in order to help keep up with production of stable coins, that Ripple produced, I think it was something like 30% of USDC. They helped mint up to, I think, 30% USDC. Check that one out. It's a bold, game-changing idea, which is why this story got everyone's attention. Ripple buys USDC. XRP and Circle together? Huh? Circle's thanks but no thanks. Why the deal fell through. So here's what's going on. So why didn't Circle bite on the $5 billion offer from Ripple? From all reports, it wasn't an official public negotiation, more like private overtures, basically, that leaked out. And Circle's response was basically no comment. A Circle spokesperson told Bloomberg, "We don't comment on market rumors. As we're currently in a quiet period with the SEC, we cannot comment further on our corporate financial plans. Our long-term goals remain the same, though." That's what he said in plain English. That's the professional way of saying we're not going to talk about this. And by the way, we have our own plans. I'm not going to share that with you now. What plans? Who knows? Circle's focused on going public. That's for sure. We know that. They filed registration documents for an IPO, initial public offering, on April 1st, 2025. That means Circle intends to list its stock on the market and raise money the traditional way. We know that Ripple is not hurting for money. They don't need to do this to IPO. When a company is in a quiet period, though, after filing for an IPO, securities law, it limits what they can say publicly about finances and deals, hence the tight lips right now. But the key takeaway here, Circle's eyes are on an IPO, not a buyout. Okay, they likely believe their company is worth more than what Ripple's offering, a lot more from what they're saying. Remember, Circle had previously attempted to go public via a SPAC merger in earlier years. Regulations like $9 million or something like that. So from Circle's perspective, a $4 to $5 billion buyout, it might feel like a lowball offer to them when you consider that. Like someone trying to buy a house half the price it's worth or something like that, Circle's USDC CEO, Jeremy Allaire, has big ambitions to grow the USDC ecosystem globally. So selling out now, it could seem a little premature unless the price was extremely attractive too, right? So in short, Circle refuses Ripple's advances. Refuses its advances. Sounds personal. Because one, money. The bid was too low for company managing a $60 billion stablecoin powerhouse, okay, like USDC. And come on, it's too low. Number two, strategy. Come on, right? As one report put it, Circle essentially snubbed the offer, betting they can do better on their own. Ripple, for its part, hasn't publicly confirmed that they're butthurt over this. Who knows? Officially, neither side is openly chatting, or doing anything else for that matter. Neither side is openly chatting, but enough insiders talked to reporters that the news got out, to Bloomberg. They broke the story. Is what it is. Ripple hasn't rolled out making another approach as of yet, for the future. But, they're just undecided. Who knows? We're just going to have to see. Why would Ripple want to acquire Circle? Really, when you think about it, like the business logic of it, why would they want to make that move? That's the big question. Why would they want? Why would they want to do this? Why would they want to own Circle USDC? On the surface, Ripple and Circle, they do different things. But if we look more closely, it actually makes a lot of sense, a lot of business sense. It's almost like kind of like two puzzle pieces fitting together. One, they'd gain stablecoin power. Ripple's main product is facilitating cross-border payments in seconds for pennies, often using XRP as a bridge currency to do this, as we all know. However, stablecoins like USDC are also used for transferring value globally, because one USDC equals $1. RLUSD, this is probably what we'd be using if we have the acquisition take place. By acquiring Circle, Ripple would own USDC, a trusted digital dollar. We all know this. For so much time, they've operated as the largest and used widely by institutions and crypto users alike. It's like a financial services company deciding to buy the mint that prints the money, digital money in this case. So it's pretty interesting. With USDC under its wing, Ripple could offer clients a one-stop solution, use XRP for liquidity and bridging between currencies, and use USDC for a stable dollar value. Or what I'm saying is, what I think here on the channel is probably more likely is we're going to see RLUSD perform this function, but we'll have to see. It's new in the marketplace. I think that's the plan. On either end of the transaction is how that would take place, though, if it did. So essentially Ripple could cover both the digital gold, XRP, and the digital dollar, USDC. But I'm saying, who knows? That could be RLUSD. We'll just have to see. But both sides of the global transfer, if that makes sense. So that's a powerful combo. It's it's a huge marriage. Instant market presence. Ripple did launch its own US dollar pegged stablecoin called RLUSD or Real USD in late 2024. It's a big play by them. It's a tiny $250 million market cap. It's okay compared to USDC's $60 billion. It's all right. It's young. It's very green. This point, it's a difference between starting a small local bank versus like buying JP Morgan Chase. This is the difference right now. It's fine. Ripple could spend years trying to grow RLUSD organically or get a major injection with some, I'm not going to get into all that now, but really, if you think about it, there are a lot of things in play that could see RLUSD growing with major injections or catalysts that have it grow substantially. It could acquire Circle and, do something like this, like acquire Circle and overnight be the issuer or one of the world's top stable coins on 19 chains. Sometimes in business, if you can't beat them, you buy them. And sometimes if you can't buy them, sometimes you snub them, block them out. And that's what we could see now. This would instantly position Ripple as a leader in both remittances, which is their current forte, and stablecoins, which is huge. Interoperability and network effects, another thing to consider here. Circle's built USDC to be anywhere, everywhere. Remember those 19 blockchains I mentioned? USDC acts like a universal dollar liquidity layer across Ethereum. All these chains, Solana, Stellar, Algorand, many other networks. Ripple could leverage that reach, and that's huge. Picture Ripple integrating USDC or RLUSDC with the XRP ledger, XRPL, and also with RippleNet too. It's the ODL service it's using. So it might allow, for example, an XRP-based payment corridor to seamlessly convert into USDC on a different blockchain. Now, if that sounded too techy, think of it like international travel, XRP, it's like a high-speed bullet train connecting cities or currencies quickly. USDC is like a widely accepted local currency in those cities, So by owning USDC, Ripple could ensure that when you step off the XRP train, in a new cryptocurrency ecosystem, you have USDC, or I'm saying RLUSD possibly too, cash ready to use on your local blockchain streets very quickly and easily, very liquid. In other words, it broadens Ripple's interoperability with other networks and use cases, which is a monstrous effect for them. Competitive edge and customer demand is another major thing for us to consider. Who banks and businesses might prefer transacting in a stable value like USDC or RLUSD for certain users rather than a volatile coin. By providing both options, XRP and USDC, or perhaps RLUSD, Ripple could cater to more customers. Okay, so it's similar to a payment company offering both a rapid but viable option and a slower but stable option, except Ripple could make it both rapid and stable by combining XRP's speed with USDC's price stability. Owning Circle would bring in Circle's partnerships, regulatory relationships, also payment products. Circle has businesses like Circle's APIs, treasury services, etc. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has said they want to massively transform the space and leverage Ripple's strengths too. Acquiring a major stablecoin infrastructure could be exactly what kind of transformation Brad's talking about here. Both companies will contribute to crypto's growth in parallel for now. We're just going to have to see. Ripple's pushing XRP and network utility. We've seen this publicly. Circle pushing USDC across more chains. Okay, yes, including Stellar Lumen's chain. Not yanking your chain. The idea of an XRP and USDC alliance isn't dead just yet either. Okay, it's not a reality today, but we're not letting go of that for XRP holders and crypto beginners. The key takeaway here, I think, is so it shows how valuable stablecoin infrastructure has become. It's very important to our president as well. And it underscores Ripple's ambition to expand beyond just XRP. Okay. It also highlights Circle's confidence in the stablecoin business model. So next time you see a headline like Ripple buys USDC or XRP Circle deal explained, you'll know exactly what we're talking about, the backstory. You know exactly what the backstory is. It's a fascinating peek, okay, to the high-stake maneuvers that happen behind the scenes with crypto, right? We're going to have to just see here. We will see Ripple owning a stablecoin giant in the future, whether it's Circle USDC or not. It's bound to happen. Only time's going to tell here. One thing is for sure, though, we'll be here to explain it to you in plain English, okay, if it does happen. And if you did find this useful, please tap the like, subscribe button, bell notification. Thanks for joining us. We do love you. Thanks for supporting the channel on Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with a tank. Thanks, guys. I was injected. Ew, that's gross. Ew.